Hello. I'm drinking kind of an interesting beer, Harpoon's Day Drifter, Nitro-Dosed IPA. I say that because it's not like a full-on nitro beer, not like a Guinness Stout or something. They just put a little bit of nitro in the beer. Actually, I saw a little video and they had the canning line, and it looked like it just kind of shot a little tiny little pellets worth of gas into there, of nitrogen gas in there. I think that's what it was. To sort of recreate the feeling of draft, because draft systems don't use just carbon dioxide. They use a mixture of carbon dioxide and nitrogen, and that's the air we breathe around us. Is, I guess, oxygen, but mostly nitrogen, I believe. So this is 4.8% alcohol, and I got it first in a variety pack on a whim. Harpoon, pretty boring, but you can find it fresh around here. And sometimes I just want a basic sort of IPA. Harpoon IPA is fine. And what's cool about this is that it's a little bit more like a British, sort of in the British Pale Ale, Golden Ale area, except American hops, obviously. It's 4.8, so it's pretty low. And I think the nitro quality just kind of makes it almost caskish too, like cask beer. Let's jump into it. Yeah, it's very golden, maybe a little paler than the regular Harpoon IPA, but they use American hops, and their yeast is a little bit sort of Englishy, I would say. There you go. And you can see the head's kind of creamy. Still a good amount of carbonation. Like if it was all nitro, it wouldn't have those bubbles coming up fast. Ooh, I can make my forehead gigantic. And the head looks nice. It's pretty rich and thick. It's not like a super intense Guinness head. There wasn't much cascading effect. But the American hops they use are Citra, Mosaic, Magnum. That's often used as sort of a bittering hop. And then they used Cryo Azaka. Azaka, it's a newish American hop that used to be more popular. It's a little bit more grassy. I feel like it's one of these dwarf hops. I might be wrong about that or something like that. But I like Azaka. And of course there's Citra Mosaic, but not a huge amount. And the IBUs are pretty low. It's 26. So calling this an IPA, they're just calling it that so people will buy it. I think it's really more of a pale ale edging on what Americans would call like a session IPA. And I also got this because it was pretty fresh. Canned on December 8th. It is January 4th, so like 26 days. And this is bought from the fridge, so it's quite fresh. And I definitely get some good aromas. It's not a super big tropical explosion, but there's some berry notes. Some pineapple notes even, maybe. A little bit of peach. But it doesn't smell like a hazy, juicy IPA. But definitely some tropical stuff that I didn't get last time I got it. But the mouthfeel, I don't know if it's the nitro. It's extra has this resonancy quality, like it's a cask beer, like you're getting a beer straight from a cask, a little metal barrel that has the hops in it. And it has this like drawing quality that's like lip smacking on the tongue that I like it. It's kind of cool. And the feel, it's carbonated. It doesn't feel flat, but it's easier to drink and swallow. They're trying to make it crushable, crafted for crushability. But it's got lots of flavor. There might be a hint of a metallic type note to it. But that's also, I think, their yeast. They have like kind of an old-fashioned British yeast strain, at least to my tastes, that has this kind of woody, almost wicker chair note to it that's unique. And it has a little bit of like a fruit cakey thing. And what's nice is on the tongue, it's pretty soft. That's part of not just being all carbon Is that my car? No, good. Uh, yeah, so nitrogen is heavier than carbon dioxide. So that's why carbon dioxide makes something really bubbly, makes the bubbles really come out, really makes the aroma explode and spritzy on your tongue. This one, since there's nitrogen in it, the bubbles go a little slower and it's a little less biting on the tongue, a little softer carbonation. But by the time you get to the bottom of the glass, you might say it seems a little bit flat, but not that much. And just, even though it's, not, I mean, there's plenty of carb in this. Like, there's plenty of aroma coming out. But I just love cask beer, and it kind of reminds me of some, like, American cask beer where they'd use a bunch of American hops. But on the palate, softer. We've got some nice lacing on there. There's just a little bit of a weird metallic-y, tangy thing to it. Otherwise, I think it's pretty good. And it's pretty unique. Mm-hmm. And if you've ever had really well-made, fresh cask beer, it's dry hopped in the barrel, so when they pull the beer out of the barrel or the cask and serve it, it was just touching hops, literally seconds before. Somehow this has that. It's also lower in the bitterness, so it has this resinous-y mouth coating thing right away that dries out your tongue, but then it's very, very low in like the just traditional bitterness, which is the way that British pale ales and British bitters, they're called bitters, but they're not really that bitter. So this is good. This is like over a 4 for me. They could clean up the yeast a little bit. That metallic note is the only thing that's off for me. Still carbonated enough to make you burp, but a real big surprise. And they have this in 15 packs too. If I see a 15 pack fresh, I'd definitely buy it. It'd be a pretty good deal for something like this. It seemed like a stupid gimmick, but it's good.